Are we live? Hi, guys. Are we live? How is everybody? I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get into the room while I get my stuff together. Oh, we got one. Say hello, everybody, as you come in. Say hello. Hi, Leandro. What time is it where you're at? Hi, Emily. I'm running a few minutes late. It's been a busy day for me, and I was just finishing the channeled message, and Spirit was wanting to be very talkative. 11:35. Oh, it's early. I'm never in bed till at least 1 or 2 o'clock. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Angela. Tammy. Tammy. What is that emoji? Are you sick? What is that? Is that the mask? No masks allowed. We are a germ-free tribe from Texas. Wow. Oh, it's a smiley face. See, my computer screen's like this big. So, guys, I've got a big channeled message. Some of you guys, I'm not sure, but some of you guys, I think, are members of my Patreon group. And I had a huge, if you resonate as being a twin flame, I had a huge download about the twin flame stuff that I did a channeled reading or channeled message, because it was mostly talking, some cards, but about the twin flame stuff. And so not everybody, I was told by Spirit that not everybody was ready to receive that message, right? So I put it in Patreon instead of on my regular channel, because it's kind of for the advanced twins, the ones that have been, it's like the first and second waivers. So, Dubs, hey Dubs, I love your singing, girl. You do great. Yes, everybody, please give me a thumbs up if you would. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Jude. Wow, it's 7 a.m. in Australia. Emily, hi, guys. I'm so excited. So, I have to tell you, I was kind of bragging to people about how, oh, this eclipse season didn't affect me at all. I was doing great. And then, boom, right before this full moon, all of it was like downloads after downloads after downloads. I've been getting so much information from Spirit on the twin flames, on the rise of the divine feminine, on those who are on the ascension, right? Most of you guys, I would assume, I mean, yeah, I know you're my tribe, right? But most of you guys are on this ascension journey, and everybody's on it in their own different way. Some of us are twin flames. Some of us are just catalyzed by a mirror soulmate, you know. Some of us were on this kind of not alone, because you're never alone. Michael Jackson's song has been haunting me, guys. Oh my God, Spirit won't take it out of my head. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. It's like Spirit has been hammering home that we are not alone. And guys, my channeled message tonight came from the Arcturian Council. I'm not even sure I know what that is, but that is, I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was fuzz or if it was Spirit or what. I saw something floating. But yeah, as I was doing the channeled message, every time I channel, I always, kind of start off because it's automatic writing. And I just start writing and I call it Spirit. And then I invite in whoever, I always say the highest and the best of all involved. And of course, I pray for sacred space. and then I channel, and I don't really know who I'm channeling until I get to the end, and I ask them to sign off, basically to say, who are you? Is it Archangel Michael? Is it just a guide? Because sometimes they don't give me names. They just say your team or whatever. And only once in the past have I actually felt like I channeled. It was the Galactic Federation of Light. What is Ashtar from the Galactic Federation of Light? So this was signed off as the Arcturian Council. Now I'm going to have to do some research because I don't know what that is. Yeah, it really did. Like, I did great. Thanks, Dubs. I love to sing. But I was doing great. I didn't even feel the eclipse. I'm like, well, this must be just, maybe because I had that huge transformation 2.5 years ago at the last blue moon, blood moon, whatever it was, the last big eclipse. It happened 2.5 years ago. And so I thought I was going to get a pass this time. I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a free pass. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and the beer koozie. I must be doing really great on my journey because, I didn't feel very affected. And then boom, it was like it started about Friday or Saturday. My friend Leah, who I don't think she's in the room yet, she might join us later. Oh no, she has drum circle tonight. But Leah Ritchie is her name. She came to visit me from New York State, and all of us were like falling asleep in our chairs. It was crazy. I'm never, ever, I don't nap. I just don't. I usually go to bed 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up by 9 o'clock and I'm vitalized, moving. I might occasionally get a little droopy, not very often, but if I do, I make me a cup of coffee and I'm good. But this weekend was intense. It was like I was so exhausted, physically, mentally, spiritually. I felt heavy. I felt sad. I felt almost like I was grieving. It was weird. And so there have been two things. One is my twin flame, and the other is my limitations, like the belief system of being limited or less than or unworthy. Hi, Lindy. Those are the two real places that I have been feeling stuck, right? Stuck, like I'm spinning my wheels in the mud. And I fell back into a few coping mechanisms that I had thought that I had really overcome and buried, right? And it hit me all at once. It was like, where did this come from? I mastered that. I don't do that. That's not me anymore. What is going on? And so, like, even in my twin flame thing, it's like I kind of have detached. And but energetically, I couldn't walk away. You felt the same way, Carolyn. Yeah. I just felt like I went back to eating my emotions. I went back to eating gummies. I used to smoke marijuana or eat gummies all the time. I quit. I gave it up. I didn't even do it because I wanted to. I just never felt the need for it. So they've been sitting in a drawer and I just don't mess with them. And in the last week, it's like I've been wanting to numb myself. I've been wanting to sleep all the time. I've been wanting to have these little pity parties, and I've been feeling like rejection. Weird, like out of nowhere. Like really nobody's rejected me. I haven't gotten any texts or any physical evidence of rejection. I was just feeling rejected and alone and It was just weird. And so I had to get down to business, right? I mean, Leah left, I cleared space. It's hard for me to channel, deeply channel, when I have other people's energy around. And even my sons, like I usually clear space. Like today he is at his aunt's house, so that I can really, really do that sacred bath, which I did yesterday and today. I cleared space in the home. It's weird. But anyhow, I had to get back in my own energy to get clear. I'm like, okay, Spirit, what's going on? What's going on? I'm feeling fear for no reason at all. I've got money in my bank account. My blessings are abundant, guys. I have blessings everywhere. And yet I was feeling lack. I was feeling abandoned, rejected, tired. Like I wanted to give up. I don't understand. I mean, my life is rocking. I'm doing great. Like my business is doing great. I've lost some viewers on YouTube, but I've gained them over in Patreon. I've got growth in my like my personal readings, and like everything's great. Money's great. Viewers, yeah, I would like to have more viewers, but it doesn't affect my finances. So I don't know where this feeling of grief came across me. And then, so not everybody's going to resonate with this, and you don't have to, because this is a personal journey. But I'm thinking that maybe if you resonate with being a twin flame, I think maybe they're going through some shit and we're picking up on their energies. That's for some of us, but mostly for me, this channeled message really helped me to see things more clearly. It's about the old us, right? Anybody who's on the ascension. Now, there are those souls that have chosen to stay in third density because they have more lessons to learn. It's not a judgment thing. It's not like they're bad people. It's just they weren't ready. They didn't choose this lifetime to be part of this massive awakening and ascension, right? And so those of us that are on the ascension, we've gone through this transformation, the death of the old, the birth of the new, right? And so this channeled message should help us get things clear. But I'm just curious, how have you guys been feeling? Like, seriously, what emotions have come up for you? And what is the one thing, because there's always one during eclipse season, what is the one thing that Spirit has been showing you, telling you, guiding you to just walk away from? That 8 of Cups energy, that I'm done. This is no longer for me. This is not mine. I need to just leave it behind. And that one thing that we've been clinging to, that we've got this idea in our head, that somehow, some way, that's our destiny, and we can't walk away from our destiny. And Spirit's saying, your destiny in that timeline is done. It's done. Yes, you still have destiny. And yes, whatever that thing is, or that person is, or that situation is that you're clinging to may find you in the new world, the new earth. Because if it's on the ascension, or they're on the ascension, they're going to have to die, literally die, metaphysically die, to the old them. And so, like, what are we clinging to? Past friendships, past whatever, things that you're being told to let go of, with this fear that if I let go, I will lose them forever. And Spirit clearly said in this channeled message today, what is meant for you will never, ever, ever leave you. So, but the thing is there's a karmic tie. There's a blame, or a shame, or guilt, or regret, or a judgment. There's something that has got you quantumly entangled with that thing that you are being guided to let go of. And that quantum entanglement is keeping you from progressing in through that portal, because we're in a portal, guys. It goes for about 3 or 4 or 5 months. I don't even know, but the eclipse season is a season. The eclipses are over, but the energy is active for quite a few months afterwards, because it's a tying up, right? It's like when you move houses, when you have to put in a new address, it's tying up the old loose ends, right? It's that final goodbye to the old. It's okay, I changed my address, I packed everything up, I've moved everything in. Now I need to hang things on the walls. I need to make my new space, you know, make it home, because the old is gone. I can't go back. You can't go back, guys. You can't go back. And so if you've been feeling stuck, like you're sitting in a mud pie or whatever, just spinning your wheels and you can't get out, where are you judging it? Where are you judging it? Are you feeling like, oh, but it owes me, or it was meant for me, or I thought that was my destiny, or I thought, you know, and it disappointed you? It's not showing, it's not growing, it's not looking like it's, you know, meant for the future. Spirit's saying, oh, ye of little faith, anybody or anything that is meant for you in the new world is coming with you. But it's the old mindset, it's the old judgments, the old loss, regret, pain. What's a good word to describe the way they're making me feel? If you feel stuck, it's because you're anchored, and you're anchored through karma. Karma, by definition, is a debt, a judgment that leads to a debt. Okay, so think of court. Okay, judgment rendered. You are A, B, C, D, or whatever, right? Whatever judgment you place on it. And that creates a karmic bond, because when you point at something, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at you. Karma is the never-ending story. It's the figure 8. It's the everything just keeps looping, right? You're stuck in a cycle. And the only way that you can release karma is through forgiveness, through surrender, through acceptance. It's like the 5 stages of grief, right? You've got to get to acceptance that what you created in your mind, because see, destiny is different. It's a co-creation. Okay, you are a creator being from a creator race, from the original creator. And we create in our minds first that which we want to experience. And so we're manifesting. So in order to move into the new earth, where have you been manifesting something that spirit denied you, rejected, gave you rejection? Nope, not for you. You can't have it, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you beg, plead, it's not yours. And the reason why is because you have a contract, and that contract is not readable yet. You can't read the contract yet because you are still going through the moving, right? It's like you haven't signed the new lease or whatever. But anyhow, quantumly entangled to an anchor, which is karma. You've got to let it go. Angela, the twin flame. Okay, so if you're going to let them go, because I think a lot of us are being asked to, think about this. Just try to wrap your head around this. So are you, Angela, the same being that you were a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago? This ascension for me personally has been so profoundly rapid. I mean, I know it feels like it's taken forever, but the truth of the matter is we have cleared lifetimes ancestral lines, lifetimes, old lifetimes, in a matter of like 2 or 3 years for some of us. Others have, it's been a slower ride, right? But I mean the major, that, you know, when you really got hit with the 1111 or the synchronicities and signs, when it really took off like that chariot energy, where you felt like your entire life was being torn apart and restructured. Think about it. So when the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and comes out the butterfly, it is completely changed, right? Is the soul changed? We don't know, right? Probably not. Probably the butterfly has the same soul and has integrated the lessons and moved beyond, right? But the caterpillar is gone. It's gone. It's gone. Like, I don't know how else to say it except for it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. That something else has replaced it. And so, Angela, think about this. We were that the twins are. We were low vibrational. We were broken. We were struggling. We were in lack mentality. We were codependent. We had to have the death of the ego. We had to go through the transformation. We had to go through all of that to become who we are. And now that we are who we are, see, it's like this. You know, we are one. One becomes two in experience. So we're going from 2 back to 1. All right. So, but the feminine goes first because it's the exaltation. It's the rise of the divine feminine. We are the ones that have been suppressed. The masculines took control, and then they became burdened because they thought they could do it all, right? Or they were trained to believe, because a lot of them didn't even think it. They were just raised that way, to believe that all the burdens were theirs, right? They had to take care of the children, take care of the earth, take care of the jobs, the money, everything became their responsibility because they were in distorted masculine rule, right? And we were in distorted feminine. And so the burdens, when we fall into, I can't even read what you guys are saying. I'm so sorry. But when we fall into, come on, spirit. I was channeling and then I got distracted over here. So basically, I think we're meant to forget about them. I think we are meant to hold them in our heart, love them, because they're us, right? They are the physical manifestation of everything we fear and every belief system we had that was not good for us, right? I'm not worthy, so they treat you like they're your mirror. You're looking in the mirror and you're saying, I'm not worthy. And because they are the mirror, they are reflecting back to you exactly what you believe. You are not worthy. So they're not going to treat you worthy. They're not going to show up for you. Okay. What's another one? I feel abandoned. Wonder why they ghost you? You look in the mirror and you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, I feel alone. I feel rejected. I feel abandoned. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel good enough. And because they're your mirror, they have to reflect that back to you. That's the contract, because it's you in another body. It's your shadow, right? And so ghosting, breadcrumbing, treating you less than, just all of those things that you say to yourself, they're the mirror. They're the mirror. When you look at them, there you are right here. They're going to reflect back to you. Listen, one. It's just one soul in 2 different experiences, right? We've been there. We've talked about, here, this is God. Everything that was, is, and ever shall be. This is the beginning, the middle, the end, the Alpha, the Omega. It's all that existed in the beginning, right? Then there became creation, where God, 1, became magically 2, masculine, feminine, right? In order to create. That's how God created the world. It's how he created, the planets. And, 1 became 2. God was the first twin flame. Okay. Masculine, feminine, in beautiful harmony, balance together. I am you, you are me. We now can interact and create experience, right? So now you've got two gods. One you hang in a tree so that the birds can make a nest out of it. The other one you put under, use for a coaster, put your drink on top of it. So so it's still God, right? There's two now, but it's still one. It's just in two different manifestations. So one is in the tree and one is under the cup. The one that's in the tree will never, ever, 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 ever know what it's like to be the one under the cup. It can't, because it's never had that experience. All right. But they are energetically connected. So the piece that's in the tree can feel the energy of the piece that's under the cup, but it can't understand its paradigm or its experience, because it's not the same. All right. So that's like the twin flame energy. So they are the divine masculine incarnated at this time. We became two. We chose to put part of ourselves in another experience and to stay energetically connected. So for years, you lived without your twin. You might have had dreams about him. You might have had an inner knowing that there was somebody or something out there that you could feel its energy. But until you met him, until you had that moment, that connection, when all the chakras lined up, when all of that Kundalini energy just hit you, right? So now you're in the runner chaser phase, which is a mirror. That's all it is. Okay, it's you. So whatever you've been telling yourself when you look in the mirror is what they've been reflecting back to you. It's the experience that they agreed to give you. So you had a death and a rebirth. You went first, okay? You were in the same energetic vibration. You have to be to meet one another. You have to be in alignment to even meet. So you came into a vibrational alignment and you met. And then you went first. You went through this beautiful death process. Okay. It was painful. It was horrible. It was like everything you ever feared came to the surface to be cleared and healed and recognized and mourned. Oh my God, the mourning that I've done, right? Not just mourning for self, but mourning for the ancestors, mourning for all the past lives. It's like we are leaving Earth 3D and entering Earth 4D/5D, right? We're creating it. And so it's like it's like a cicada. Okay, I don't know why I even wrote my channeling, because I'm just channeling it. But think of a cicada. All right, they attach themselves to a tree. They go through some kind of a rebirth. They leave their shell, and they leave that shell behind on that tree, and they move on. And they don't ever go back. They don't collect it. They don't carry it on their back. They can't take it. They can't pack it. We went first. And so we are already in the new energy, and they are still back there in the older energy. And the only way they can move forward is through karmic forgiveness, cord cutting. You have to completely and utterly move into the higher heart of unconditional love. Forgiveness. And if the only way you can do it is by saying, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. I release you with love. I release you to whatever transformation you need to go through. Let go of your preconceived notions of when they're going to show up, how they're going to show up, or even if they're going to show up. That is not your creation. It is, but not in the 3D realm. It was in the 5D realm. So you are being asked to go, to leave everything behind that you already know the answer. That was the channeling. You already know. Spirit has already given you all the answers. You know everything. Your intuition already knows. And yet we keep seeking out there for confirmation, right? We're looking for somebody to guide us or lead us or tell us. And Spirit's like, just get quiet and listen, because we've already given you all the knowledge that you need. It's inside of you. It's always been there. Can you guys give me a thumbs up, please? We're at 2112. Everybody kind of go back to the original video and hit the thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it. So just stop worrying about your twin. Just write them off like a bad check. Just not with anger, not with resentment, not with karma. Clear that karma. Say, you know what? Mwah. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the heartbreak. Thank you for breadcrumbing. Thank you for ghosting. Thank you for molding me and making me and reflecting back to me all the places that I was giving my power away, every place that my energy was being vampired and sucked off of me. But if you're blaming them, if you're saying it's their fault, they're the ones that did it. They're the ones that, are to blame. I did my work. They haven't done their work. They may never do their work. Well, guess what? They can't even start to have that huge transformation like we did until we've released them with love, right? Get your grubby little hand off of them because you're anchored. Boom. You cannot ascend. You are anchored because you have karma still. And that karma is your belief system around what they owe you and what they didn't give you and how they didn't show up for you. And really, that's the blessing. The blessing is if they had given you everything you wanted, you'd still be in the 3D. You wouldn't have changed. You'd still be codependent. You'd still be so fawningly in love with them, and they would be exalted and you would be beneath. And that is not what we're here for. We are the rise of the divine feminine, and the masculines are exalting us. They are lifting us up. They are giving us back our power. And the only way they could do it is by denying us exactly what we begged for, because our begging was lack, 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 lack. And they know that they had responsibility in that, not as a singular masculine, but as a collective. The divine the distorted masculine was at fault for a lot of our woes. And then we had to own our own fault because we allowed it. We rolled over like a dog and showed our underbelly, and we allowed it. It's not about rulership. It's about balance. It's about the teeter-totter, right? God split beautifully, synchronistically, harmoniously. One became two. Equal. And then all the distortion, all the programming, all the, no more. Back to love, back to love, back to love. Walk away. Say goodbye. I love you. I wish you the best. I struggle with faith that I'll see you again. But it's okay, because I'm going to build that faith, and I'm going to say whatever is meant to be will be. I trust God. I trust the universe. By the way, did you know universe is una means one and verse means song? One song, guys. One song is what God created. And it was in harmony, and now it's in discord. And the only way that we can come back into harmony is that there needs to be a forgiveness. So tonight, when you do your full moon service, we need to release the old us. We need to kiss it goodbye. Bye, Tracie from the past, 327 pounds, unhappy, married to the wrong person, living your life for everybody but yourself, dragging yourself down with hate, blame, gain, whatever, regret, loss, rejection. Bye. I love you. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because when you leave your twin behind, you're leaving you behind. You. Your twin is you. You are your twin. You are the same. You are one in two different experiences. So you've got to let go of the old you. You've got to let go of the old belief systems, the old everything. I didn't mean for this to be a twin flame channel, guys. I'm sorry. How many of you guys are not twin flames? Am I preaching to the choir out there, to anybody? Because I didn't want this to be just about twin flames. But, Angela, you kind of triggered me, because it's been what I've been going through. I have been blaming him. I'm like, okay, well, he's the one that abandoned me. He's the one that never showed up for me. He's the one that breadcrumbed me. He's the one that is still married to somebody else. He's him. And I'm blaming it all on him. And he is me. Where am I breadcrumbing myself? Right? in my day when I've got a 24-hour, well, 12 hours to work with, how many of those hours do I give to myself? And how many am I just letting everybody else take from me, right? I mean, of course, we have work to do. Like, I'm a missionary. I've got mission work. But I mean, those types of connections vitalize me, revitalize me. They don't drain me. The ones that drain me are the ones that are low vibe, that just don't, they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. You can't save anybody unless they ask for help. They have to come and ask for it. So your twin is none of your damn business at the moment. It's a mirror. Write it out. I want you to write it out. Okay. My twin did this to me and this to me and this to me. And then I want you to go back and erase your twin's name and put your name in there. And then I want you to write another ledger or journaling and say, where have you done that to you? Where have you not showed up for you? Where have you given your power away? Where have you abandoned you and rejected you and body dysmorph, right? Where are you not showing up for you? Because that right there is what needs to change, period. And so many of us have really nurtured that aspect of ourselves. We are no longer our worst critic. We are becoming our biggest cheerleader. And because of that, we're moving into that higher dimension. And then they get to do whatever they choose to do, free will. If they want to go where we're going, they're given that opportunity, right? The secret is when you go, they're already there. They're already there because you are them, right? That's the first union. First union is with self. Where I go, my shadow goes, period. Period. The thing is, I'm not afraid of the shadows anymore. I am the light, right? The shadow has been integrated. My nose is itching, which tells me I'm really kind of channeling something or someone. So I don't know if I need to read this channeled message, but I'm going to because I'm already in the mood. Then we're going to do this candle service. Then we're going to do channeled messages for the collective through tarot and then for the twins. And it's 11:11, Angela. See, because you needed that message. Did any of that resonate with you, Angela? Because you triggered me and there it went. Because that's what I'm letting go. That's my whole moon manifestation thing is I am burying the old Tracie. I am going to love her. I'm going to let her go. I am going to transmute her and I'm going to put the freaking body in the casket and I'm going to bury it and I'm going to do last rites and I'm going to grieve it and I am going to move into the fourth dimension and help create that fifth dimension. And I don't have to worry about my twin. I don't have to worry about it because the contract is that where I go, they follow because they are me. Me. And so don't even ask spirit, well, what's that going to look like? When is it going to show up? How? I can't see how that could possibly happen. That's because you're still connecting to the old you, the old beliefs, the old, they represent everything that you no longer want to be. So stop being that person. And that is when the higher heart opens up to flood in this unconditional love, unconditional gratitude. I am just so happy to be what I've become. And there's no place else I'm going but up. No backtrack, no more. No, because I fell into some old patterns in this last week. And Spirit's like, okay, so it's time to choose. The old you or the new you, Tracie? Are you going to go back to doing that, to self-sabotaging, to eating your way back up to 327 pounds? Are you going to tie yourself to the old belief systems, the old lack mentality? Are you going to fear that your finances aren't going to show up for you? Are you going to reject yourself, reject the gift, or are you going to open it and accept it with grace and just be grateful? Be grateful that that experience was meant for you and it wasn't done to you. It was done for you. And your twin is such a blessing, such a huge, gigantic blessing. That mirror is exactly what got you to where you are, and you should be grateful with high love for that person, no matter where they're struggling, no matter if they show up or they show out. None of that matters. Choose you. Choose your happiness. Be your best friend. Be your twin. You are your twin. You are your twin. When you get to that, that's where the magnetism comes in. That's that divine feminine, right? It's like what's meant for me just comes to me. Natural flow, be in the flow. But you got to know that you're worth it. You got to know that it's meant for you. You got to know that you are your twin. And, you know, whatever they're going through, Spirit's going to show them the same thing. You are your twin. They're going to have to choose their happiness. They're going to have to choose their ascension. They're going to have to go through the dark night of the soul. They're going to have to go through the divorces and the separations. They're going to have to clean up their diet. They're going to have to clean up their life. And none of that is under our control in duality. The only place it's in that we have control over it is right here. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Because what you're seeing and what you're telling yourself is what they're acting out on the stage for you. All right, so I'm going to read this channeled message because look at, we are already 41 minutes in. And we've got 21 people and 21 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So just so you know, for those of you who are not on a twin flame journey, this is not all about twin flames, okay? This is about the rise of humanity. This is us leaving the third density and ascending, rising, okay? It's been prophesied in the Bible. It's been talked about in other religions, all religions. It's been written on cave walls by indigenous tribes. This is the moment. This is, you know, it's a season, but it's happening. And not everybody chose to go. Don't try to anchor yourself to people who aren't ready. When they're ready, they'll go. It could be this lifetime, it could be another lifetime. But it's not like, oh, what about my children? What about my spouse? What about, listen, there's a version of us in every timeline, in every existence. You know, it's not like choosing to go, you're going to lose everybody. No, some people you will lose. But your soul tribe, the people that incarnated in your life, in your awareness, they're not going anywhere. Because they're part of it's the tree of life, right? It was 1 became 2, 2 became 4, 4 became 6. Before you know it, there were the 12, the 10 planets and the sun and the moon, right? 12. And then those became archetypes. And from those 12 archetypes, that's the council. That's all the councils, Arcturian, Pleiadian, galactic, whatever. Everything's 12. Did you ever notice that? Or 9, because there's 9 too. I haven't gotten any downloads on the number 9 yet, but I'm sure that'll come someday. Right now, it is the 12. We are the oldest souls because we're the first born or the first separated duality because you had to separate to create creation, right? It's that separate and come together, and separate and come together, separate and come together. What does that look like? That looks like the DNA, doesn't it? And now we're going from 2 to 12. We're going into the crystalline energetic body, which is so high vibrational. It has to be crystalline because carbon-based wouldn't handle it. So let me do the channeled message because I could sit here. These energies are so intense today. I have been getting download after download after download. And it's like I could honestly have logged in first thing this morning and been channeling nonstop all day long and just let it progress one on top of the other because, guys, we are leaving the old us, or at least being asked to. leave the old us, bury it, have a ceremony, mourn it, grieve it, be grateful for it, right? When a soul dies and the avatar dies, I mean, not a soul, but when the avatar dies, the soul lives on. It just gets a new body. Sometimes it's a new physical body. Sometimes it's a light body. It's a choice, right? But we just had a death. How many of you out there, just say me, how many of you out there feel like you went through a death and rebirth process? Just real quickly, type me. I'm just curious if I'm like alone in that. There's 3. We got 24 of you in the room. Who else feels like they have completely had a transformation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not sure if Emily's saying her too, or if she's 13, 14. So this might take a while. 15, 16. So I think we've got a consensus. I mean, it could take us all night to get everybody. But let's just say you've had a death, right? When somebody dies, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much nostalgia you have for them, you cannot cling to the carcass. You just can't. You got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. I love you. I love you. I had to grieve my mother's loss. I had to grieve my sisters, all of my grandparents, some of my friends, right? You can only take the memories. The memories is cool because they're lessons, right? It's like I learned something. They were a blessing in my life, even if it was a tough situation. It was a blessing in my life. We've died. It's time to bury us. It's time to say, you know what? The old Tracie, the old beliefs, the old limitations, I am no longer living my limits. I am exceeding them. I have no room for failure anymore. I have awakened to the fact that I am a creator being. And that means I can make anything happen if I just believe it. Right? If you believe, I'm getting the hiccups. See, I get the itchy nose, the hiccups when I'm channeling because it's energy moving through the avatar. It has been hard to grieve. I understand. I totally understand. Especially like, I don't know, Antonia, if you are a twin, but for the twins, it's especially difficult for the grieving process because you feel like you're abandoning part of you. Like you're just abandoning, like that abandonment wound, right? But the truth is, you're not abandoning anybody. You're like, hey, here I am. You can come find me. I wish the best for you. I love you. I'm going to create space for you. I'm going to hold space for you. I'm going to allow you to choose. I'm going to, no, you don't have to feel lack. You don't have to feel like something's broken. Nothing's broken. You've never been broken. You've never been alone. You've never been separate. It's an illusion. It's separation is 1 became 2. But they're still connected. They always have been. It's still the one, just in 2 different experiences or billions of experiences, because we've got grass and animals and life, right? Anything with life. And even the things we don't think has life have life, like crystals and rocks and dirt. And I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart because you are not alone. We're never alone. And we have been living in duality. We have been living in separation for eons. And it served us. It was for the betterment it was for our evolution. It was, nothing's done to you. Everything is done for you. Even the horrible, horrendous, terrible things, like the children that are just like the nasty things that we don't even like to talk about because they're so horrendous. I probably already channeled most of this, but I'm going to read it anyhow. because it came from the Arcturian Council, and I believe that's the Council of Nine I'm hearing in my head. Somebody look that up for me, because I'm not sure. I don't know much about it. I've seen the name floating around, but I've never really channeled them, so I don't know much about them. But this is what we got. So, full moon in Capricorn, June 24th, 2021. It is a death and rebirth. Today, Spirit wants to ask us, who are you today versus last year versus the year before that? How many huge life changes have you undergone? How did the lockdown affect your beingness? What habits have you released? Did you quit smoking or lose weight or whatever, right? Did you switch from coffee to tea? Did you drink more water? Did you learn to paint or draw or dance? Or what did you do during the lockdown? Because the lockdown was a huge catalyst for our evolution, right? So did you start new, better routines? Did you replace any of the old with new, better ones? How many friends did you grow closer to or more distant from? How many have left your timeline and experience completely? What did you outgrow? What ideas and belief systems did you release or receive? When you look in the mirror, has the person you see changed? What niggling thoughts or inner dialogue or ideas are still swirling around in your mind? What is begging to be released? Really, completely, energetically forgiven and released. And what is the niggling thoughts that are wanting to be expressed? Closure. I'm hearing some people want closure, and you have to give that to yourself, because it's a death process, right? Your mother dies unexpectedly, and you never got to say goodbye. You never had a chance. It's you got to give that closure to yourself. You died. There's a portion of you that has died, literally gone through a death and transformation, and you have to give yourself closure. You can't wait for that dead body to just sit up and say, I'm sorry I left you. I'm sorry I abandoned you. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. You got to give yourself closure, right? So, where was I? What inspirations and ideas are asking to be born or created? Can you reconcile? Reconciliation, guys. Your heart with your mind. Are you still resisting the change? Are you still clinging to the dead carcass, right? Have you ever broken something that was old and outdated and replaced it with something new and shiny and more effective, more useful? But because of nostalgia, you felt connected to it, so you cling to it, right? How many people have got memorabilia in their home or in their closets, just taking up energy, right? Draining your energy. Spirit says you have received all the guidance you've asked for. Everything, every prayer has been heard. None of your prayers have gone unanswered. The answers and signs are everywhere, outside of you, in signs, symbols, synchronicities, numbers, animals, billboards, songs, clocks, and dreams, and many more, right? And then the answers on the inside, like thoughts, feelings, voices, ideas, inspirations. Just like Master Teacher Jesus said, those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you already know what to do next. Where you're struggling, or where your struggles lie, is in not seeing the outcome. It's like you're clinging to the old because you can't see what the new is going to look like. Sorry, it's not like that. It's not like that. You're creating it as you go. There's nothing there yet. We haven't created the fifth dimension. The space exists, the energy, the vibration exists, but the physicality of what we will experience in it has yet to be created. So Spirit says, release control, jump, and we will catch you. It is safe to release and let go, even if it feels important to cling on. During this full moon, we have been given the guidance on what needs to go. You see, it's like when a body dies, death, transformation. The soul may linger briefly near the body, not wanting to leave it behind. But in transformation, a new body is given, a better, lighter body. The fact is, the old you is dead and gone. Time to take the lessons and the wisdom into the next dimension. But where you are now, the old you cannot go. And it's dead weight. It's an anchor. It's time to grieve the past and the old you. Bury it. Give it its last rites. You are brand new. Embrace your newness and release the old. It's not you anymore. It's just not. It's no longer you. Like the cicada that releases its armor, and the snake that sheds its skin, and the hermit crab that outgrows its shell. You shed the old and you leave it behind. You cannot take it with you. It's a burden. It's an anchor. It slows you down. It holds you back, and it takes your energy. Bear in mind, this is the same for your soul family, meaning your soul family is part of you. It's splits of you. We are our own ancestors, right? We reincarnate in new bodies, but we are possibly our great, 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 great grandmother or grandfather or whatever. We share that DNA, that original split. So when you go, they go. We're going together, right? It's just that in the physical, you can't see that. That's your blind spot. You can't see that they're going through their own transformation. They're going through their own death and rebirth. And they'll get there when they get there. Divine timing is not a minute before you're ready or a minute too late. It is exactly when you are in a physical, mental, spiritual, vibrational alignment with it. Okay? They're working on their alignment the same as you've been working on yours. So the same goes for your soul family. There are those you are being called to energetically release and walk away from. They no longer exist either as the person that you once knew them as. Those who are meant to be with you in the new earth will also have to go through the death and rebirth. What is meant for you will never miss you. Trust that the new version of them will cross your path in their own divine timing. But you must forgive and release all karma, all blame, all anger, resentment, feeling like you were abandoned. That thought process has to be healed and released, because otherwise you're anchored. You're not going to go. You'll go eventually in divine timing, not a minute before you're ready, not a minute too late. But forgiveness and clearing karma is the bond that it's the trauma bond. It's the anchor. It's what, as long as you owe karma, you have to stay in the 3D and learn the lessons from that karmic debt over and over and over again until you learn it and you release it and you let it go. I'm ready. How about you? I'm ready. So you must forgive. You must let go of that karma. You must get to that 0 point energy of brand newness, right? I'm done. I'm done. I have faith that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing. And I'm going. Bye. Right? With love in your heart and forgiveness, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that you're still struggling, but I have faith in you. I love you. I know you're going to do it. I know that if you chose it before you came here, you're going to do it. So you like the World card or the Aurora Boreas, the snake that eats its tail. You must tie up loose ends and step through the portal, leaving the past, the old, for the now and the new. like leaving a room, you know. You can take the memory and the lessons and everything that the old room has, but you can't pull that room into the next room with you. It's a portal, right? So again, step through the portal, leaving the past and the old for the now and the new. With much love and light, the Arcturian Council. There's your channeled message, guys. I feel lit up. I feel so energetically whoosh, right? I don't know how you feel, but yeah, there it is. If you're ready for it, those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Exactly. Forgive yourself. When you forgive yourself, you're going to forgive them because they are you. Everything, there's only one, guys. It's God. God. There's only one in all these different experiences and expressions. It's only one. Only one. So when you become the one, when you reintegrate, when you find union with self, when you honor the one, everything changes. Everything, because it's all creation, right? It's all you pushed out. God pushed out. You are part of the pushing out. You are not the God. You are the God, that you are the portion of God pushed out. Okay, so let's do our moon manifestation. Are you guys ready? I am hyped tonight, guys. Let me tell you. Look at all the candles that I grabbed. I got to see, do I have enough candle holders? 1, 2, 3. I need one more. Hold on, guys. I got to get something. I don't know what I'm going to use. I got to find something. Here, I'll use one of these. All right, so I have 4 candles, and you guys don't have to because I'm doing this for you. I set my intentions that these candles and the intentions are for everybody. But I've got one for protection because the lower densities is trying to cling to us. That unforgiveness, that resentment and anger and anguish is part of the old us that is clinging to your ankle, trying to keep you there. Actually, it's not. It's you clinging to it, but whatever. So protection. And then I have unconditional love. I'm writing that right on this. Acceptance and unconditional love. Actually, I think I'll write receiving acceptance and unconditional love. And then I have the yellow for power and strength. And then, of course, we want our abundance, right? We want to be the creators of our reality. And we want that new creation, that 5th dimension, that new world to be abundant. Okay, so give me a minute while I take my thing and carve all this yummy stuff. I'm writing abundance. Okay, I'm going to write blessings. All right. Now I'm just going to stand this up is all. I'm not lighting the candle yet. Because I'm going to anoint that sucker. All right, I'm going to move that there. All right, this next one. Now personally, because I'm a twin, you guys, can do whatever you want if you're doing it. But I draw the Vesica Pisces. I write union. And unconditional love. All right, now where's my other? Now remember, guys, if you don't have all of these tools and stuff to do this, it's okay, because I set my intention that my candles are also for you. You're participating in the invocation and the ritual. Okay, now this is the one I'm doing. Release and receive is what I'm writing. Okay, power to release and receive. Power to release and pretty sad. I'm saying in my mind, I before E except after C. Trying to remember how to spell receive. So this is this. I'm setting my intention that this yellow candle, because yellow stands for sun, it stands for happiness, joy, power, right? So releasing with joy, happiness, power, anything that's being asked to be let go. You already know. Remember, Spirit said, I've already answered your questions. You already know. You might be resisting, you might be clinging, you might be doubting, you might be in fear, you might whatever, but you already know. You've already gotten the download. You already know what you're supposed to be letting go of. Let it go. It's like a mother that gave birth to a stillborn baby. Isn't that so sad? But that's like the vision that I just got in my head. You know, you're always going to love it. You're always going to have the memory of it. It's always going to be there. But you got to love it enough to let it go, to let it transition, to let it become whatever its next step in the journey is, right? All right, so this one I am writing protection. And I'm writing grief. Actually, I'm going to write ability to grieve, because it's black, right? All right. Where's my last? Okay. Now, I'm using my love oil, because we're going to love on these candles. And the last one. I like the black one because I can actually see the oil going on. The other ones, I'm not sure. All right, and then I have protection. I bought this protection at Lilydale in the gift shop. And it smells like lemons. I don't know what all's in it. Verbena. Magical intentions. Ooh. All right. So I didn't write an invocation, so I'm just going to look one up that we can say together. We'll do a full moon invocation as soon as my phone opens up and acts straight. I release. I don't know if I like that one. Let's try this one. There we go. I like this one. All right. Are you guys ready? First of all, I'm going to say a quick prayer. Dear Mother, Father, God, all of our councils and spirit guides and team that is here to help us, we call you in at this time to surround us in the white light of love and protection. Nothing comes in but the highest and best love, and nothing goes out but the highest and best love. We ask that you create sacred space. We ask that you put our egos to the side so that we can be clear channels for our highest intentions and manifestations. And we give with gratitude from the deepest parts of ourselves. We are grateful, grateful, grateful for your guidance, your love, and your direction. And so it is. So now I want you guys to say with me, I release that which is not mine. I release all obstacles to my path. I release limiting beliefs. I release fears and doubts. I release all relationships that no longer serve my highest good. I release attachment to the outcomes. I release externalized desires. I release pain and suffering as a mean to growth. I release all that which is no longer in alignment with my highest self for the greatest good. And I'm going to add to that, I release the old me, the old person that I was, that I no longer am. And I release with gratitude and a full heart, with love and detachment and unconditional love. Like no matter what the cost, no matter what the cost. No, this is not witchcraft. It's not. This is intention. Some people believe witchcraft is dark. It's semantics, right? If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. But I am a God being, and I answer to the highest and best. I don't believe in incantations that harm. It's always for the highest and best of everybody involved. It's with love and light. And so only do it if you feel comfortable. If you don't, then don't worry about it, right? But it's not witchcraft. It's intention work. It's just like praying. When you go to church and you say an invocation at church, they all do it, right? They have their own invocations. It's a prayer. It's communing with spirit. It's getting clear on what you want as a creator being to create together with God. So I hope you enjoy it. If you're afraid of it, don't do it. All right, I'm going to light these bad boys up. It's going to be like the 4th of July here, guys. Look at all these candles. Boom, boom, boom. I've already got this one going. This is my intention candle. Ooh, and it's hot, hot, hot. But this one also says on it, I've been burning this for a couple days, release and receive. Release and receive, that's the magic, right? All right, so I got to move that back and it's hot. I'm going to use this as a pot holder. All right, here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Yeah, I'm from Ohio. But I live in Pennsylvania now. It's like a birthday. Look at all these candles. Woo, woo. All right, now I got to find some place to put them. Hold on, guys. I'm going to set them off screen back here behind the computer so that when I shuffle, I don't blow them out with the movement. And we're just going to let this stuff burn. We are setting our intentions. We're telling the universe what we want to create, right? Now I'm going to burn a little piece of sage. Don't really need to because the vibration for me in my space right now is so high. I don't think any lower vibrational stuff could come in even if it wanted to. But for all of you, I set my intentions that this sage is going to actually clear your space if you don't have any. And now we're going to move on to a collective reading, which is crazy because like the cards, you know, the cards, they're just tools. That's all it is. And they're probably going to give us all the messages we already got. So it might be a short tarot read, but we're going to do it anyways, right? Because why not? Can't dance. All right. So do I want to use this deck? I don't know that I want to use this deck. I've been working with so many decks lately. Let's try the Oshos then. Although I have to tell you, when I learned to read these cards, I did not know tarot. I read them like an oracle card. I energetically read them. So sometimes I don't know what tarot card it is, whether it's a king or a queen, or sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I read them energetically, and I've been working with these cards for like, God, 15 years. So I definitely have a relationship with the energy. So if those are you, if any of you are watching our tarot readers and you're like, that's not the Queen of Cups, it's okay. Whatever. I read them intuitively. All right, Spirit. What does the collective need to know for this full moon in Capricorn energy? I'm telling you, you can't screw it up. What did I tell you? The cards always just validate what we just said. So we have letting go of existence. Letting go of the old existence, the old us, because we're newborn. Look at it. Looks like a woman who just was freshly born in this pod, right? Like the thing opened up and there she is in the middle. She is all that is, right? Existence. Letting go. We're letting go of our old existence. Shedding it. And it's an emotional thing too, because it's water. Look at, it's like this plant. What I see when I see this plant, it's like you were in this desert, right? And here's this plant just dying for water. And then it finally gets what it needs. Finally gets what it needs. And so the leaves can only hold so much, right? So what are you clinging to? Your cup runneth over, right? This plant is trying to cup itself and hold on to every drop of that rain that it can get because it has lack mentality. It's like, man, I went through some hard shit and I don't know how long this rain's going to last. I don't know if I'll get more. But look at how green and beautiful it is. It's always been taken care of, even through the hard times. It never wilted or browned or died. And so let go of the mentality of having to hoard or hold on to things, just let it go, because Spirit's like, I've got you. We've got you. You are always divinely protected. Right? What does the collective need to know during this Capricorn full moon, please? What does the collective need to know during this Capricorn full moon? Look at that. Healing. I always, when I looked at this card, because I've been reading these cards for a long time, I see the hands of Jesus. I see the stigmata as the belly button, and I see the other stigmata as the ear right there. I don't know if you can see it. But these are like the hands of Christ, or just healing, God hands, healing our energetic body, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental healing, right? What else? Well, that was quick. Clinging to the past. Guys, what are you clinging to? Let it go. Let it go. Don't be a blockhead. Look at, there is that chalice. Look at all the blessings just floating around you, waiting for you to receive it, right? Be open to receive. You can't be open to receive because you're still in poverty consciousness. Look at her dress, right? Spirit says not all of you, just some of you. Yeah, let it go. Let the past go. The past is dead and gone. It doesn't exist anymore. All you can do is take the lessons you learned from it. Let it go. What else does the collective need to know during the Capricorn? So, what are you clinging to in the past? You're clinging to this feeling of being an outsider, of being rejected, of being unworthy, unloved, locked out, all alone. 5 of Pentacles. Feeling like rejected, unchosen, unloved, unworthy. This little boy is longing to go into the courtyard and probably play with other little boys and girls, right? The gate isn't locked. If you look, the lock is wide open. All he has to do is just pull the chain off and walk through. But it's his inner, it's that boundary, guys. Think about it. When you're a child, you are trained to have boundaries to keep you safe. It's like, okay, now listen, you can go out and ride your bike, but you're not allowed to go past the 3rd light post, right? And when the lights get dim, or I mean, when it gets dark and the lights come on, it's time to come home, right? There are rules and boundaries, right? Well, this child has placed rules and boundaries on itself, right? There's a chain on the gate. It may not be locked, but obviously it's there because they don't want me in. So I'm going to honor the chain, and I'm just going to stay right here, and I'm going to long for somebody to invite me in. And then bottom of the deck, going with the flow. Receptivity. Look at, what did I say? What did I say? Letting go and receiving, right? Releasing and receiving. Releasing and receiving. Look at this person right here. She's sharing. She's giving. This person here, they're receiving. What else? Anything else from this deck, please? Anything else the collective needs to know? Yep, look, maturity. Maturity. You've just reached a point. You've reached a milestone. And you are an old soul, and you have just evolved. Evolved. My God, like I could go through the whole deck on the bottom here. It's the same story, guys. We've got awareness. We've got the mind. Look at the monkey mind just going gears and smoke. And this is where we've been, like overthinking, over processing. It's the biggest critic in your head. It's not it's awareness of what you're thinking. It's becoming aware of the inner dialogue that is toxic, right? The courage to change the inner voice. There it is. Courage, inner voice. Courage to change the inner voice, to grieve, sorrow, to grieve. and then start all over. Go back to 0 point energy, right? Grieve the past, let it go. Flowering. You are investing in the future. You are becoming, you're flowering, you're growing, you're getting the abundance. I mean, look at how beautiful these cards are. Creativity. There's the Divine Mother, right? There is the Empress. And look at, there's the old past lives. This is the yoni. This is, you know, the death and rebirth process. This is all the people you've been at some point, some on this planet, some on other planets, some in this life, that life, right? It's you awakening to look beyond the illusion. This is the metamorphosis. This is the change. This is the yoni again, right? Comparison. It's like you need to see. This card always got me because I've always compared myself to others and found myself or told myself I was lacking in some way, shape, or form. But this reed right here, this bamboo reed, doesn't feel as beautiful or as sustainable as this oak tree or tree, right? So it compares itself and finds itself to be lacking. This tree looks at the reed and finds itself to be lacking because this reed can bend with the wind, and it's so strong. They make clothing, they make purses, and you name it. So many things. This tree wishes it could bend and be resilient and not be as rigid, right? They both look at each other and wish they were the other. Celebration. This is union. This is dancing in the rain. This is, you know, loving everything despite its outward experience. I mean, it's raining, it's storming, and these girls don't care. They're dancing. Why? Because they're ready. What are they ready for? Oh my God. Like, I could go through the whole deck. I'm not going to go through the whole deck, though. I can go through it. But I'm telling you, we've already channeled the message, and it's just coming through the cards. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Let's get you some advice, right? Let's do a postcard from Spirit. Oh, I thought I had two, but I only got one. So here is advice for the collective during this time from Spirit. It says, dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. Where's that celebration card? Right there, guys. So we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning, your new life. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Don't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside of you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and pull or push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of you, that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, which is Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. Guys, you want to know how I choose these cards? Right here. I do this. You probably heard me, right? I do this until one pokes up and I grab it. And this was exactly what we've been talking about. And there's like 50 some cards in that deck. I'm going to hold it up so you don't think I'm lying. You can screenshot it. You can look at it later. You can read it now, whatever you want to do. But there it is. Confirmation of everything we've been talking about. All right, so now I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to put it in the middle of the deck somewhere. And I'm going to get the Twin Flame Journey deck to do the Twin Flame check-in. This is not going to be as long of a message as usual. And that's because I believe that the energy is so freaking high vibrational that we are, look at the love. Oh my God. So I'm going to turn you around. Don't look at my messy house because I got decks and decks and decks. But here's our candles. Okay. I hope you can see them. Can you see the pink candle that is unconditional love? Look at how it's burning down. All the other ones have barely burned. The energy is slow burning, right? But that unconditional love one is like, bam, energy's just flowing here tonight. The unconditional love between you, between me, between all the viewers that'll watch this later. This is such a profound, expansive time for the human collective, right? So let's get some messages for the twins. Okay. So this deck peeked at me and Spirit says, we need one. So I'm going to take one of the Goddess of the Moon. And I'm going to take, gosh, all right. Thank you. I guess I'm taking a lot of them. I'm going to take the Moonology, the Surrender deck, and the Love Oracle. And we're just going to, I guess, get a lot of messages for the twins because I didn't want to, but Spirit's saying, there you go. All right. So, Spirit, what advice do you have for the twins at this time, or anybody who resonates with being on the ascension via a high-level soulmate? Because you know what? Not everybody calls it a twin. Some people call them mirror souls. Some people call them twin rays. Whatever you want to call it. It's an energy. It's not a person, guys. It's just a physical manifestation of you having a different experience. What is going on? Like, I swear, I'm seeing these wisps coming through my camera and there's nothing here. Like, there's not anything. So I don't know. All right. Message for the twins or the high-level soulmates that are on the ascension as partners. Gratitude. Gratitude, guys. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Where we got to quit blaming and pointing fingers and judging. God, don't judge them. Don't judge them. Just leave your heart open and say whatever's meant to be will be, and release them. Forgive them. Let it go. Be grateful, 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 grateful. You would not be the rising, shining star that you are if it was not for them. It just wouldn't. And it's ancestral too. It looks like an old hand with a young hand, right? This is like a gift from the ancestors. And it's a number 23, which breaks down to a 5, which is about change. Change. Anything else from this deck, Spirit, for the twins? Protection. You are divinely protected. See, you're going through a purification process. You're just newborn. Newborn. Leave the old body behind. Leave the old behind. You are divinely protected and guarded. And you're being carried. Look at that little itty bitty bird is carrying you where you need to go. It's a number 6, which is the number of love. And look, bottom of the deck is 6 and says self-love. I'll take that one too. All right. So did I have a rubber band? Yeah, I'll put that back on so I don't lose it. Next is the Moonology deck. Let's see what Spirit wants to give us from this. We're only focusing on positive messages tonight. I'm so tired of reading for the twins and getting all of you guys. I tap into all of your blame as a collective. I'm there too, guys. I've done it too. But it's like every time I do a twin flame reading, it becomes so low vibrational because everybody's still angry at the masculine. Well, stop it. Be grateful. What they've given you is the greatest gift of all. What do you need to tell the twins at this time? All right, so I want to change the words. says, show the world the real you, but I want to say, show the world the new you, which is the real you. Let go of the old you, right? North Node, step into your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Then we have, you're very close to achieving your goals. Your dreams need a practical plan. And don't let pride get in your way. Spirit's saying, don't look at, you've got the bull and the freaking lion, right? It's like that's masculine energy. And it's like the feminine has moved into this real masculine state of mind where we're like, you know what? I don't need you, asshole. I got it covered. I can be my own masculine, because you are, right? But it's a frame of mind. You got to release that anger, that resentment. You got to let it go. It is a blessing. They are your blessing. In the 3D, if they're showing up like an asshole, you don't, healthy boundaries. Bye. See you later. I love you. I honor you, cherish you. I'm grateful for you. But I'm not accepting anything, that old me. No, gone. See you later. Bye. Just one card, please. One card for the twins. Guidance for the twins at this time, please. There we go. And I got to. See, I always have to say just one, because Spirit will give me a billion cards, because they love talking. They love guiding. So we have alchemy. Look at that. Masculine, feminine becoming one. Alchemy. That's profound. I just got goosebumps all the way up and down my back. Your inner light shines when you are at peace with yourself, because they are you. Be at peace with them and the world around you. Let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside you. Allow all to just be, and just be you. Then we have heart's desire. This is the problem, because they are our heart's desire. Oh my God, that pink candle is almost gone, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we have heart's desire, because when you don't get what you want, when we don't get what we want, we tend to get angry and resentful, right? So you are being showered with love. Your time of waiting will soon be over. All your heart's deepest desires will be fulfilled. Because you are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. Thank you, Michael. That was a beautiful song. It's been on my mind for days. All right. It's been channeled through some of the readings I've done too. All right. What does the divine feminine need to let go of? We're not even talking about the masculine tonight, guys. We're not. They are us. We are them. We're talking about us, right? Surrender to divine timing. That's my bad arm. Let me hold it over here. It says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Guys, I just learned that uni means one, verse means song. One song. One song. All right. Next, we've got surrender worry. Ooh. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Mic drop. All right. Last one is surrender your need to always be right. See, that's, I can just hear the dialogue because I've said it so many times in my head. You don't show up for me. You breadcrumb me. You don't love me. You chose somebody else over me. You abandoned me. You rejected me. You make me feel horrible inside, blah, 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 blah. Right? Look at, there's like this conversation going on. It says, surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right once in a while. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. All right, so let's take a look at the twin flame cards. What would you like to tell the collective at this time for the twin flames, please? What would you like to... Ooh, okay, I need more. More, please. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. What else do the twins need to know about this energy? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Anything else? Well, so Spirit said that last one was a mistake. There's one, though, that wants to come out. I can feel it. There it is. All right. Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, so the first card that came out, and I was like, ooh, death and rebirth, guys. The death card. Death. Let it go. It's rotting. It's dead. It's gone. Mourn it. It's to let the old you be gone. Gone. Old me be gone. Look, guys, I got to show you this. There are those candles. Look at that pink candle. I hope you can see that. That's crazy, man. Like the other three have barely burned. And the love candle is like... All right, so the death and rebirth. Then we have, okay, so transformation or transition, right? Then we had the soul searching, soul searching. I said I wasn't going to check in on the masculine, but Spirit is clearly telling me that the masculine is going through a death and rebirth, and they're in the hermit mode. They are soul searching, right? Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Do you know how many years I have been channeling the Knight of Pentacles for the divine masculine? And the funny thing is it's not them. It's us. We are one. So if they're taking their sweet ass time, it's because we still are taking our sweet ass time to get where we're meant to be. We still cling to those old thought patterns, that inner dialogue, that unworthiness, that resentment and anger. And I need, I want, I demand, I'm this, I'm that. Let it go and just be, just breathe it out. And say, everything is in divine order and I release all of it, right? But there's that Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. This guy's taking his time, right? Because he had to wait for us, right? Now we're getting, okay, so the healing, there's the tranquility ahead and there's the Chariot, right? It's like the Chariots, boom, 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 man, we're finding that alignment. I'm hoping I'm giving you that alignment tonight. I've given you a key, given me a key. They've given us a key. Let it go. That's what's going to balance out this masculine and feminine energy. And it's July, guys. It is Cancer. This is the card representing Cancer. The time is now. The time is now to move into this tranquility, into the new earth, the new world, the beautiful fields of lavender. I wanted to say lilacs. Lavender, right? Thereby completing the cycle. Oh my God, look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? So we've got the World card, right? Cycle completion. What are we completing? This stagnation, this being in hanged man, gaining clarity, gaining enlightenment. You just got it. Hopefully, if you had the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you just got it. It's there. You got the key. The universe, the Arcturians, whoever's here, gave us the key to evolve by walking away. Walk away, walk away. Leave the dead carcass. It's bye. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry that you're gone. I'm so sorry that you were that and I participated. I'm so sorry. Grieve it. Let it go. Let it go. Six of Pentacles. Be open to, that's what I wrote on everything. Everything. Release and receive. Release and receive. On that candle there that's been burning for 3 days, it says release and receive. Release and receive. There it is. What are we receiving? Union. Union. Union happens right here. You are your twin flame. When they look in the mirror, they get the same idea. Maybe not right now because you're still struggling to believe it. The moment you're on board, the moment you look in that mirror and you see it, you can see that you've changed, that you have changed, that you are no longer that person, and that thought is no longer being entertained. It's exercised. It's gone, dead. Bury it. You are worthy. You are a powerful, conscious creator, co-creating with the divine your highest and your best life, right? All right, so that's the twin flame reading. Now we're going to do our burning ceremony. I know I did everything out of order tonight, but that's because I'm following guidance. I'm following guidance. The energy was, I needed to strike while the iron was hot. The energy was off the charts and we needed to do what we did first. So now we could have clear intentions for what we want to manifest. Now, get your pen, get your paper, and I want you to write down on one side of the paper what you're letting go of. What are you burying? What are you releasing? Okay? So, releasing. And I'm writing the old TRACIE. The old life. The old beliefs. The old self-sabotage. While sabotaging behaviors. The old negative inner dialogue. What else do I want to release? I want to release I want to release the old pain. Oh, and my freaking pen's going to die on me. That's all right. I'm armed. I've got a whole bunch of them. Hold on. I just bought 20 of them because I'm so tired of not being able to find a pen in this house. When you got a preteen in the house, they take all your pens and then you can't find them. All right. The old pain. Ah, thank you, Spirit. The old story. Guys, rewrite your story. Rescript. You're not that person anymore. The old story of who you were. And anything else, guys? Am I missing anything? Karma. I choose love and release blame and judgment and karma. All right. Woo! A lot of energy on that card. Woo! So just take a moment, guys, before we burn this or before we ask for what we want to replace this with, just take a moment to just sit in the energy of what used to be. Allow yourself to really, really, really ask Archangel Michael to come in and to cord cut and to release us from all of the old, right? Leave the chrysalis, fly away. No more crawling on your belly. Good health. Yes. Well, that's what we're going to ask for, right? We're going to turn this paper. This is what we're letting go of. We're going to turn this over and we're going to ask to receive. All right. So, right, receive. Now, I don't know what you guys do, but I take a picture of both sides of mine because I'm going to burn it. But then I like to check in every now and then when I'm feeling weak or when I'm feeling vulnerable. And I like to look at it and read it and say, oh, no, not today, Satan. Not now. Not now. I am new. I am reborn. I am not that person anymore. And it's funny, I've been talking to my body. Like I go to the fridge. Leah, she came to visit me and she did the same thing. She's like, I listen to my body now. Are you thirsty? Do you need water? Are you hungry? Do you need protein? Do you need fruit, vegetables? What do you need? Right? Same thing when I wake up in the morning, I'm like stiff and sore. I'm getting old, right? My birthday is in 2 weeks, guys, July 11th. And I am going to be 54 years old. And so I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what do you need? And they're like, we need stretched, like big time. Like just, I lay in bed and because I'm stiff. I had shoulder surgery. I got bad shoulders. I can't lift them like I used to. And they're like, yeah, just like stretch the neck, the jaws, just get all those muscles, give them a nice big stretch and then release them. And then I get out of bed, right? After I say my gratitude list, right? I'm like, thank you for another night. Thank you for the dreams I had. Thank you for the business I'll get today. Thank you for the money that I'll receive. Thank you for the joys in my life. And then I get out of bed. But it's funny, I never used to do that, but I'm talking to my body like it's part of me, which it is, right? Which is strange, but it's me. I'm like, what do you need today? Do you need rest? Do you need to work all day? Are you vitalized? What do you need? Try it, guys. Just try it for a month. Just ask your body before you eat, before you make your coffee, before anything, just ask it. What do you want today? What do you need to roll over and shut the alarm off and go back to sleep? Pardon me. If you have jobs where you can't do that, then ask your body, what time should I set my alarm for? Or what time, what do I need? Do I need to walk in the morning? Do I need to sleep longer? What do I need? All right. So what are we receiving, guys? I want to receive it. I want it all and I want it now. No, we got to be in flow, right? I am open to receive. Got to spell it right. all the blessings meant for me. Let's see, what else do I want to receive? I want to receive clear guidance. What do you want, guys? Ask for it. Sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. What do you want? I want everything. Here you go. Here's a good one. Everything I need and plenty to share. I always write safety because I'm a Cancer, right? Safety and security are especially, I want to receive faith, of a mustard seed, right? No, faith of faith, not of, I'm going to put faith without limitation. You know, you can make a list like I want a car, I want a job, I want, you know, I have all that. I don't need that. I'm abundant right now. But if there are things you need, you know, oh yeah, I need a rake. Not that I can't afford to get one, I just keep forgetting to buy one. But if I put it on my list, next time I'm shopping, I'll remember and I will manifest the rake, right? Oh, in absolute good health. Not good, perfect. Scratch it. Perfect health. And love. I am, okay, so I'm going to put love. Unconditional.